Death is the subject today. On the tail end of the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash, his young daughter, all those people aboard, questions came up. Why does this happen? And what's the purpose? And what happens when we die? We're not here to judge anybody on that helicopter or anybody who dies, because we're all going to. I'm going to address this directly, and I'm going to give you something to ponder that I think you will love. Stay tuned. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. What happens when we die, and what is the purpose? What's going to happen to all of us? Well, none of us each can answer that question exactly, but I'm going to propose something right now to you that I hope you'll keep an open mind and think about this throughout your day, because it may give you some great relief, not only for yourself, but losing loved ones. We are not, of course, these bodies, and everything is just an adventure, a journey of evolution for us to come here and work through things. We don't think of ourselves as that. We don't think of ourselves as an energy that just comes here and chooses a role, and also chooses when we leave. I do believe that. There's no chaos in the universe, and humans have free will. So they do get to choose when they come and go. Now, sometimes we're supposed to leave at a specific time and we don't want to as humans, but we have soul contracts. In other words, we agreed to stay here a certain period of time. And then when that time comes, if we haven't achieved our goals, well, we go on to something else. So here's what I want to propose to you that may help you to expand into something much greater than you being a human, dying, of Kobe Bryant and 8 people on a helicopter crashing. You ready for this? We are just an experience, not an experiment. We are just an experience. Only humans put more on that. Only humans start to make decisions about death and ending and starting and life and death and what happens and all those things. Well, there was nothing before this, and we will continue on after this eternally. We are energy, one energy, just experiencing everything it can be. That's it. Can you handle that? Just contemplate that. So, do you understand what I'm proposing to you? Now, I've gotten a lot of questions that came over when I posted the video about Kobe Bryant and why anybody dies. Why do good people die? Why all of this? Why do some people have a choice and others don't? We actually all had a choice as light beings. And when I made that statement, what I meant is, why are people told they have to come back and other people, they exit and that's it? We had the choice before we came here. So when we come here as humans, we don't understand that. We have our memory wiped out so that we can play out the role as humans, because it's really challenging as a human. As a light being, piece of cake. We would have no war, it'd be amazing. But that's not what we came here for. We came here for a very dense experience. In other words, it's just another facet of what we can create. And we've also come here to pull out of that, because it's gone too far and we became so dense. So now we've infiltrated the planet with higher frequency people, teachers, there are many here, who are going to pull the density up to higher frequencies, but it's always everybody's choice. Now I'm going to do a video on Dolores Cannon, who talks about this in detail about what does that mean. In other words, if you always have choice, your predestined choices don't dictate what you do and don't do during that experience. All right, so if you're meant to leave at a certain time, between when you enter the planet and you exit, this is when you get to play the free will game. So if you didn't accomplish your goals, and there's a time period that you specified in advance that you definitely have to get off the planet for much more complex reasons than we know. In other words, there is a energy flow here that it has to work a certain way per our agreements, and if you were to stay here, you would affect the frequency of the planet. So maybe you're meant to get off of the planet at that specific time. So we say, why do people like Hitler live for so long and then, you know, Princess Diana dies or whatever? That's just human thinking. Why? Well, they came here for a purpose, they served their purpose, and they're on to another experience. That's all they're doing. So we think people died and it's so sad. No, it's not sad. Why is it sad? You watch movies and you cry, but you know that there's always a happy ending. We know there's always an amazing ending. Well, maybe not always happy in some of these films that are out there. But the bottom line is that there's cause and effect. So even if you see a movie where bad things happen, there's cause and effect. So the people that do certain things are going to have an effect. And life is no different. So if you do negative things here, not to be judged, and I have to state this, is that the video about Kobe Bryant, just as an example of why do things like that happen, answering a viewer's question, was not meant to judge him. I don't know the man. I don't know if he was a good guy or not. And he without sin cast the first stone. I mean, that applies to everybody on this planet. I mean, we don't know anything about somebody. We don't know what your thoughts are. And judgment is the absolute lowest frequency on the planet. Why? It creates separation. It creates low density that places us in opposition of each other, and it does not contribute to anything good at all. In fact, it blocks you from manifesting the things you desire. Right? Judgment does. And we do it all day long because we're programmed to do that. This is why it's so important to catch those thoughts. My mobile app's going to come out shortly. I hope by the time you're watching this, it'll be out already. So I want you to understand, this isn't about judging somebody's life, because I mean, hello, do you want somebody looking at yours? What's good or bad, right? Hurting somebody's feeling versus killing somebody. We don't judge. We're not here to judge what's really bad and what's okay and whatever. We're looking at intentions and the journey that you're on and what you're supposed to be learning. That's it. It's an adventure. We are one experience. The one. Everything, the planets, other, galaxies, other beings, it's all just an experience of the one energy. No more needs to be said. And when we sit here and we talk about death, there's no death. It's just us going off to another experience. Yeah? Is that cool or what? Oh, my parents went off to another experience. I don't know what that is. I'll probably find out. Actually, I do know what that is because I've seen them quite a few times since they've left. And they've been really a lot of fun. My mom's having a blast. And she didn't do that while she was here. So she's getting to experience things over there that she didn't hear because she limited herself. So now she's learning how to break through that and just go have fun on the other side. And then, of course, at some point, probably already has gone into another body to take that learning with her and to play out things here in a more, let's just say, positive way, where she's going to enjoy life and and not hold in all of the trauma from her childhood and the sadness and the negativity. Now she's learned how to break through that, probably going to come back again. My guess is she probably will. And then she gets to experience, with that knowledge and that evolution from her past life here and what she's learned on the other side, use all of it and do it again. So she may go through abuse as a child again to find out if I can overcome it this time. And you may be one of those people. So we're an experience. And the experience is to take this to the highest frequency we can, because that's what we are. We don't know that because we have to learn how to, let's just say, manipulate the material world, not knowing our power. But then we're starting to realize the power we do have. But here's the fun part about it. we're still humans, which means there's a density to us no matter what. We're still going to experience density, which means that we still get to experience emotions, sadness, loss, all these things, but we don't have to react to it in a negative way. In other words, we don't have to struggle with it. We can just experience it. Is this fun or what? Can you go through your life and just say, there's an experience. You go in and your boss is a jerk. Wow, this is an experience. And here's this person who is going through their own evolution, who's obviously not mastered it. and then so you say, okay, but I'm part of that. I'm part of this play. I'm part of this scenario for a reason. I'm supposed to be here. And so what is it I'm going to do in this experience that I'm having with this other person? How am I going to interact? So most of us, we go on the side, we're victims and he's a jerk or she's a jerk, or, we struggle against it. It shouldn't be this way. And we become just dense humans again, judging the situation. When you can say, this is an experience. What am I going to do with it? Because I came here to take this to the next level and to not go into that human density where I say it shouldn't be happening, I blame other people, I'm judging, you're wrong, this is how it is. Really? Okay, when you walk on water, I want you to get on my show, right? Get on my show, I'm going to interview you. I'm happy to do that because I haven't mastered that yet. I'm still a human being too. But I do know some things, and I have that information given to me every day, and I share it with you. Why? It's not me. It's not Landria's idea. Landria is the conduit, I'm not channeling. We're all just tapped into the information of what we are. We're just one experience. So within that experience, every answer is out there. So Marie, you said I don't know what I want to create. Ask for the answers. Just say, ask for the opportunities to show up, and they will. Because you're higher, if you truly want it and you believe it's going to show up, that's all you need to do. You don't have to have all of the answers. The universe, of which you are that one experience, will give you a new experience. So death is just another gateway to another experience. That's all it is. But we're so attached to the body and the personalities and the scenarios that go on here. And we miss one another when actually everybody on the planet is your soulmate, truly, because we are not separate from one another. Whether we're playing out games with each other here or not is a different story. But we're all one energy, no separation. So to miss one over another is just a human experience of attachment, of, true love, truly loving a person, or maybe not, So can you let this go and see it? I'll tell you what, life will be so much more fun if you do this. You just sit and something happens, you say, this is an experience. What am I going to do with it? And you have full power now at that point to change the scenario, to learn from it, and more than anything, to learn from it. What am I going to learn from this? Because I created this for a reason. I created it for myself, to test myself if I can forgive, if I can be the higher frequency in a low frequency situation. Can I not judge? Can I not say, somebody should, oh yay, somebody died, they were a bad person? I don't think so. You know what? We all come and go according to our own contracts. That is not to be judged. There's no why behind that. That's a personal thing. We're individual expressions. We're individual experiences. And the one wants to experience absolutely everything it possibly can be. That's why we're all different. That's why can't everybody be this or everybody be this? And how boring would that be, right? We're all a diverse, cray-cray planet, human beings with all kinds of different experiences and backgrounds and choices. Have fun with it and be your absolute best, because we all raise our frequency and then we get to tap into much higher powers. Now I'm going to launch the Miracle Circle membership. It's a monthly membership. It's only $19.95. And you get a lot of included in that. And instead of just buying one course or whatever, every week you receive information. And we're going to start to pull our energy together in the Miracle Circle and focus on miracle through prayers are powerful. We're not going to go into prayers, but it will be prayer mode when we're actually going to focus our energy into the quantum field to try and, well, we are not going to try. We're going to create effects. So the miracle circle would have focused on Australia's fires. The miracle circle will focus on healing, maybe for certain people in the group. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is you learning how to use your power. And I want us to focus more and more on that out there than in here. Now, everything comes from within. But when we say that, we mean that the within, that's the energy that we are, which is everything. You are all of this out here. So when you go within, you're just tapping into your light versus this body. So expand beyond it. We can use this energy to create absolutely anything. Just remember, you chose a role. Play it out. Play it well. Experience it. I don't want to come back here, do you? Not unless we achieve an amazing frequency, and that's going to be a while, probably, because we're still busy experiencing our evolution as human beings. Again, we don't know what each other is experiencing. We don't know if that person's doing a certain thing that seems negative as a demonstration or something for you to make a higher choice. So we're naming things good and bad when we really don't have those answers. That is very dense human thinking. You are an experience. That's it. What are you going to experience? How cool is that? So Kobe Bryant's, I actually did not know about the rape case. That's how much I don't watch the news. Why? I don't really care. It doesn't affect me. That's his journey. I'm not here to judge it. I'm not here to judge all the players in that scenario, nor do I have any information. All I know is there's a person on a journey, had an experience, and he's gone. He chose to exit. End of story. Let's focus on this, one light being at a time. What? Raising the frequency of the planet, one light being at a time. Now I have a webinar, February 22nd, as of this video. It's called Activate Perfect Love. If you're in a relationship or you want a relationship, come join me. We're going to talk about what that is. We're going to talk about you, and this is going to be a super interactive webinar. In other words, get your notebook out. We're going to do a lot of inner work. We're going to introspective work. We're going to look at those relationships, your past, what's going on, and how to project into your future that which you desire, that is best and highest and healthy for you. And we're going to activate perfect love. And we're going to talk about what that is, because perfect love is just one thing. It's amazing. It's unconditional. There's no judgment in that. And so we're going to talk about that for 3 hours. That's, I think, February 22nd. You can go to landriaonkka.com and sign up for that now. Now, you'll get, anytime you do one of my webinars, you can either purchase one that was already done, and you have 1 year access to it. Yeah, they're super cheap. 3 hours of training. Or if you do the live one, and then you get the recording after that. So either way, you get the recording. If you do it live, you get to talk to me, and so I can answer questions. If you can't make it, buy it in advance, and then if you can't make it, that's okay. After the webinar, you'll receive the recording. So if you can't be there that day, you can go ahead and purchase it, and then on that day, you'll receive that recording. I want to give you the tools. I want us to change how we think into something really positive and expansive for you. I want to allow you, give you the tools to raise your frequency, because when you manifest from there, it's an amazing place that affects everybody, the entire universe, and the gateways will open for you in massive ways, so that money, the relationships, the jobs that you receive, when you come from a higher frequency, they are much more different than when you do it from a low frequency, because we're always manifesting. Most of us are manifesting on a lower frequency because we're having negative thoughts and mostly judgmental thoughts. So we're blocking and we're attracting. I don't really believe in attracting. We're resonating with other lower frequencies. So you can manifest all kinds of stuff, but the consequences, the cause and effect, they're not going to be good. So we want to raise that frequency. I'm going to help you do that. And boy, I got a lot of good stuff coming out for you. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Please post these anywhere. And can we just realize that we never die? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. End of story. So that must not be you, that body that you're looking at. Can't possibly be. Because the energy that animates this body is something very different. And that you are eternal. And so is everybody else you've ever been with on this planet who's left you. There's no tragedy. There's just an experience. Yeah, I know. I can't wait to read the comments because I know there's always one or two people that go, how can this be? Because you're not understanding that you came to play out all of these scenarios. It's an experience. What are we going to do with it? Because we can change anything that is negative or challenging. We can change it. We can go to the higher frequency. We can forgive. We cannot judge that Kobe Bryant, whatever situation he had, because we weren't there. We don't know his journey. And guess who we need to focus on? This. When you look in the mirror, focus on that. What are my thoughts and what am I doing? Because my experience contributes to the collective consciousness, and we have a big job to do, people. It's the year of expansion, 2020, and it's going to just go from there. We went into transition. 2018, boy, that was a rocky year. 2019, we went into transformation. That means a lot of things are changing, and that's coming through in 2020. So you're going to see a lot of people die. You're going to lose a lot of friends and family who just sort of go out of your life. Transformation is then, in order for new things to come in and expand into, we have to release all the other things. That part of that is thinking that we are these human beings that are born, that we're created, and then we die, and that's just not the case. So celebrate this. And when somebody dies, when my parents died, I had a little party, and when my brother died, we had a party. And we had pictures up and we celebrated. And yeah, there's crying. This person is somebody you loved dearly, and now you don't get to talk to them every day. But I don't think of them as gone. Can you do that? Because human beings have programmed us to believe that there's a beginning and an ending. And that's just not true. You're amazing. Guess what? You're going to go off to amazing experiences after this. Let's do our best here. Let's have a blast, can we? Let's help other people, and let's just expand and give, and abundance will flow to you. Love will flow to you. Come join me in one of my monthly webinars. Take Breakthrough Fear, my course that's just changing lives. And I have one big thing coming out shortly, probably in March, and that is more advanced manifesting. So check that out. Also, you guys know, if you're interested in internet marketing training, I'm over there helping people to create businesses online, create ways to get income that's not going to kill you, like me with an investment banking position with heart palpitations. That's long gone. I love my life. You should love your life. Let's start living it to the fullest. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Subscribe. I think it's down there. It's one of these places. Subscribe, ring the little bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.